Hey everybody, this is Peggy. Long time since I've done a video. The holidays, and then my husband and I got the flu, and I just haven't wanted to come up here and play in the studio. But all that time laying around and snoozing, you know, your brain goes crazy with what you want to do when you do get up here. So I just want to share, today is the big start of our new occasions catalog, yeah, and our celebrations sales. So I wanted to show you a couple of the things that are new now, and so let's just get started. I want you to look at my butterfly right here. I am loving this die. And this is a new set that's coming out that just came out today in our occasions catalog. And you get the 3 butterfly dies, the thinlets. Aren't those awesome? And I kept looking at this one. I thought, man, you know, I think I've got a stamp that would fit that. Well, it wasn't the one. And I thought, I know I've got a stamp that would work. And I have one that fits this. And guess what? It is a Stampin' Up! Stamp from back in 2001. Is that a hoot? So I went through all my stash because I love butterflies, so I always keep all of my stamps. So anyway, I went and grabbed it after I looked through a few drawers. Found it, and it does fit very nicely. And I just want to show you. This is what I came up with. It stamps it, and I go ahead and I get the body, but I get a little accent. So let me just stamp it real quick and show you. I mean, it is just really cool. I'm going to use the coral color here, the Calypso Coral. Let me get this on a flat surface. I like using my stamping pad. I just get a better impression that way. Now, oops, I didn't quite get enough ink there. But my point I wanted to make is, this is 2015. This stamp is 14 years old, and I still get a wonderful impression. I'm just amazed. So let's see. Let's get that out of the way. But then I'm going to show you this. I'll take this over to my Big Shot, and I'm going to lay that right on there. And I'll cut that, and I'll come right back. Alrighty, so I went over and I cut that out, and I just want to show you real quick. Press out all these little spots. Now, I did run this through twice, but I also have this release paper that I use. Some folks use wax paper, and it seems to work. When you have all these little intricate pieces, it sometimes is best to put something in there. And if you use a thicker paper, you're going to need to use maybe a shim to try and get the very intricate little spots in there. I like to really get them all loose so they're easier to come out that way. And then I'm just going to poke these little guys and we'll get them started. A lot of little pieces, but it is so worth it when you get this butterfly out of here. Alright, let's see, did I get him started? Yeah. Now, the thing I always struggle with is because I'm impatient, I want it to hurry up and come out. So sometimes I get flustered and I tear it, and that just doesn't make me a happy girl. I need to let these come loose here a little bit. Today in Cincinnati, it is really stinking cold. And it's like 5:30 in the morning, something like that. And I have to go to work here in about 45 minutes, so I got up really earlier than normal, so that I could make sure that I didn't have to leave an hour early because the roads were bad. Alright, let me get rid of this little doodaddy here so you can see better. And so there's my butterfly. Isn't that just awesome? I get the little bit of detail. Of course, these need to come out of there. Okay, there he is. Isn't that great? So my thing is that, oh, I did tear him, but when I put him down, he'll be alright. If you've got other butterfly stamps or even any other stamps, check them out and see if you can't use them. And even a background stamp would make an awesome butterfly. So that's just keeping a Stampin' Up! Stamp for 14 years, and there you go. So I will make another great card with that. Now, the other thing I want to show you is one of the stamp sets that you can get for free when you spend $50 during January to March from our celebration. This one is called the Lotus Blossom, and it's a 3-step stamping. So let me just show you what I've come up with after watching several ladies, how they do it. And I'm just really impressed with how the flower looks. Let me bring that card in again and show you real quick. See, we're going to get these different shades without having to do coloring, so that makes me happy. Now, on these stamps, you will see there's like a little nub right here. So that's kind of where you're going to base where you want to place it. And so I'm going to use the Calypso Coral again. Make sure I get it on there. And you're going to stamp it full strength with #1 stamp. There's that. Let me just show you that real quick so you know what I mean. On your little mat here, it'll show you this is stamp 1, stamp 2, stamp 3. So that really is very helpful. Alright, and then we're going to go to stamp 2. We're going to use still, again, the Calypso Coral. I'm going to ink that up, but I'm going to stamp off once before I put it down. So I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I'm going to line her up, trying to keep that point going the same direction. And you know what I found is if it's not exactly on there, it still looks pretty cool because it gives you that shadow look. Look at that already. Honey, please. All right, let me close that one up. So that one, we inked it up, we stamped it off. Now we're going to use the Crisp Cantaloupe. So you can go through your ink pads and colors that you like, get a lighter and a darker. It'll be great. So this one, I'm going to do the same thing. Let me bring this a little closer to myself. I'm going to ink it up, but then I'm going to stamp it off one time. And then again, I'm going to try and put my arrow going the same direction. And then I'm going to put it down. Is that the most gorgeous doggone flower you've ever seen? I mean, the shading is just out of this world. Let's go ahead and do another one just because we can. So you get that. Maybe I can say it again so you can do it. So we're going to do #1, full strength. And again, I'm using the coral. I'll put him up here. So there's that one. And then my #2 stamp, I'm again going to use the coral. Try it. Oh, don't forget to stamp off. I guess you don't have to, but it just looks cool, I think. And lining them up again. There's that one. I think I did that right. There we go. Yeah, it's looking good already. And then we're going to go to our cantaloupe color. Stamp it off once. Come back and line her up. What do you think? Is that beautiful? Oh my goodness, I'm just truly amazed. Let me come in a little bit closer so you can see maybe the detail a little bit better. I'm just loving that. I'm going to do it one more time just because I can, and that'll kind of help maybe some of you if you write it down, if you like to write yourself little love notes. Let's see, I think I'll put this one, maybe I'll do it there. Yeah, that should work. So there's #1, full strength. #2, stamp it off, come back. See, I mean, it's like, who could ever color that perfect every time? Artist could. I'm not a coloring artist, so I could never do that. Stamp it off, back down, and now I have my 3 flowers. Aren't those gorgeous? I love, love, love. I don't like to color a lot. That's just not ever been something that's been my favorite thing to do. So doing it this way in the steps makes it absolutely perfect for me. Now, let me just show you one other section of this, and then we'll be done. There are 2 branches, or stems, I should call them, not branches, that go with this set. And you do it exactly what I consider the same way. What I loved about these is I could actually kind of bend them a little bit to give them a little more curve, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to use Wild Wasabi. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do my first stamp, which is the more broken look. Yeah. And I'm going to do it straight on. You know what? I'm like getting ink on my mat, so let me bring my stamp paper in here a little bit. And I'm going to do it right there. And then I think I need to turn this one and go the other way a little bit. That's why I love clear stamps. It's one of the lovely little things you... Do I want to do that? No, you know what? I'm going to do it down here. Let's put him right there. And I think I want to put one going there, but I don't want it to go into here. So I need a piece of scratch paper. That's what I need. Some more Post-it notes. Let's see if I can do this right today. Some days I can do it, and some days I can't. Just a little smidgen past it. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, cool. So that was that one. And let me stamp that off because I don't have my cleaner over here. And then we're going to use that second one, which went, where did it go? Oh my gosh, I lost a stamp. Oh my goodness. Where did I lay it? Well, now that is one of the disadvantages, I guess, to the clear stamps, is they're clear and then you can't find them. Oh my word. Oh my word, I've lost a stamp right on my desk. Well, I'm not going to, I'll find it, I'm sure. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Lord. Appreciate that. Oh my word, can you imagine? Now in this one, I do want to stamp off because it's going to be solid. So let's see if I can get that same little curve going there. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to ink it up, but I'm going to stamp it off because it's so solid. And then stamp right over top. And that's the look you get. So we're going to ink it up, stamp off, and go right there. Yep, that looks good. Now let's see if I can luck out and do this one as well. That is too funny that I lost my stamp. But you know, things like that always seem to happen when you're videoing. There we go. I'm a happy girl. So then what I would do is I would put, I love Gorgeous Grunge. Let me bring this back in and show you. My Gorgeous Grunge is what I used back here. And then I filled in with some of our little blings. I absolutely love our little blings. They just shine more than any of the other brands out there. And so let's bring this off of here. This here. And then I would put a little bit of adhesive here. And I might do him more like this time. I kind of like him there. And maybe put my verse up here this time. Anyway, just some really cool things that you can do with this stamp set called Lotus Blossom. And I'll run the instructions across, or I'm sorry, the products that I used across the bottom so you can see again what I used. And I want to first of all thank, I forgot her name, doggone it, I'll look it up. The one video that I watched, it's QB Creations, I believe. She's the one that stamped off once, because when I was first doing this, it was always too dark. And so she's the one that I learned the little technique to stamp off once before stamping your levels. So there you go. There's our little video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Now that I'm feeling better, I hope to do more videos for you guys. I just absolutely love doing what I do. You have a great day and stay warm.